Welcome to Pink Digital News. If you're new to the channel, please click the like button and subscribe and share the video. We now present our Gem of the Month feature brought to you by Pink Digital. Our featured gem is Flare. The Flare network is a next-generation blockchain with goals of providing smart contracts to crypto without the need to lock up or stake crypto as a way to secure the network. Most proof-of-stake blockchains need to stake their native token in order to secure the network. This creates scaling issues, as the more value that is brought on a blockchain, the more tokens are needed to be locked up to secure that value, which could have otherwise been used for utility. The Flare network plans to solve these issues and more by incorporating next-generation blockchain components that also deliver faster transaction settlement times at a fraction of the cost. The Flare team is a small, tight-knit set of highly specialized persons in their given professional areas. Hugo Filion is the co-founder and chief executive officer of Flare Network. Prior to this, he was a commodity derivatives portfolio manager responsible for two $1 billion funds. Filion left the job in 2016 to study machine learning at the University College London, UCL, where he met Flare's co-founders, Sean Rowan and Dr. Canary. With keen interest in blockchain and cryptocurrencies, the three decided it would be great to work together after UCL. Sean Rowan is co-founder and CTO of Flare Network with an MSc in machine learning from UCL and also an EC engineer and Golang developer. He is also the inventor of the Flare consensus protocol. He is leading the research and development for the State Connector and the FCP. And Dr. Canary is the co-founder and chief scientist at Flare Network, a postdoctoral researcher in quantum machine learning from UCL. She also worked in collaboration with Siemens on applications of quantum algorithms to healthcare and image recognition. She also has physics MSci from Royal Holloway University of London and a PhD in quantum computing from UCL. What is Spark FLR? Spark FLR is the native digital asset of the Flare network blockchain. FLR is a new form of programmable money that comes with two detachable votes that are used to contribute to the governance parameters of the ecosystem and the Flare Time Series Oracle FTSO. The holders of FLR can be considered citizens of the Flare network, as they will be able to vote on proposals such as changes to the FAsset collateral ratio, inflation rate, and gas fees, just to name a few. The other detachable vote of FLR is used by providing price data feeds to the FTSO by either submitting the holder's own algorithm for price aggregation or by delegating the vote to a signal provider for a small fee. In return for providing accurate price feeds to the FTSO via the detachable FLR vote, holders within the median 50% of data estimates will be rewarded with FLR through the FTSO inflation mechanism. FLR detachable votes are represented as one per each FLR owned. The original minted FLR supplies is 100 billion tokens, which will be distributed via airdrop to eligible XRP holders, the Flare Foundation, and Flare Limited. The schedule for the distribution will be 15% of the original FLR supply released at launch, with an average of 3% released in each following month over the course of 25 to 34 months to the previously mentioned parties. It is estimated that roughly 75 billion FLR will be distributed to these entities during the distribution schedule, with the remaining 25 billion FLR being allocated to the general FAsset and FLTC rewards pools at launch. There is no max supply of FLR, and the inflation rate is set at 10% of the original supply newly minted each year to be distributed through the FTSO rewards mechanism. After 6 months, the future inflation rate will be up for a governance vote by all FLR holders. How will this work? The aim is to validate each of the core Flare protocols on the Songbird Canary network before launching Flare. The FTSO has been live on Songbird since September 2021 and the State Connector since March 2022. When all components have been verified, they will be ready to launch Flare on the 4th of July 2022. When Flare launches, it will be a technologically advanced cross-chain interoperability network that answers many of the issues inherent in the space today. It will enable a safer and properly decentralized cross-chain future. With Flare's open protocols, developers are given the tools to build an extensive array of interoperability solutions. Flare is building 3 core interoperability products. The first is FAsset, providing non-smart contract chain tokens, example BTC, XRP, LTC, Algo, Doge, and others with smart contract functionality on Flare. The second is Layer Cake, safe, genuinely decentralized bridges between smart contract platforms both to and from Flare, example Flare and Solana, and also between third-party chains, example Ethereum and Solana, secured by Flare. Layer Cake enables the use of FAsset on Flare as well as any chain integrated with Flare via a Layer Cake bridge. And the third is Relay. Safely relay any information, including off-chain data, between any set of chains secured by the state connector. This gives developers total decentralized DApp composability, all secured by Flare. As an example of this system, they will be setting up a relay of the FTSO prices to Solana. What is a Canary network? A Canary network is an operational blockchain with a defined token supply that is intended to be used to test features for a related mainnet. On a Canary network, users have a balance that cannot just be replenished at will. This is in contrast to a testnet, which generally has an unlimited token supply available in increments to any user through a faucet. The defined and scarce token supply may confer value to the token, potentially making it attractive to attackers, such that testing is as real as it can possibly get. This allows for the hardening of the system under testing. Songbird Network. Songbird is the Canary network for Flare. It will have two distinct phases. Prior to the launch of Flare, Songbird will be instrumental in the continued testing of the Flare Time Series Oracle, the state connector, and FAsset systems, and the network architecture. The FTSO and FAsset protocols will be live on Songbird with FAssets generated from the underlying tokens. This will improve the security, stability, and credibility for the ultimate launch of Flare. Post-Flare launch, Songbird is intended to be a long-term network for testing governance-led changes to Flare, such as the incorporation of new FAssets, changes to the FTSO, FAsset systems, or any other network change. In all periods, Songbird has two other core uses. First, advanced testing and community building for applications that wish to launch on Flare. Ideally, all applications that launch on Flare, especially those that utilize the FTSO and FAsset systems, will test initially on Songbird. Second, as a way for FLR token holders to familiarize themselves with key Flare protocols, such as delegation to the FTSO, minting of FAssets, and usage of applications that build on Flare without putting their FLR tokens at risk. Flare will launch with all the tested core protocols, FTSO, initial FAssets, and state connector. The use of the Songbird as a testbed for potential updates to Flare means that between Flare and Songbird, Songbird will often be the more advanced network. Innovations and new DApp launches will happen first on Songbird and then may be rolled out on Flare after testing. This makes Songbird its own type of network, which may be useful in isolation to applications that do not need the intended stability of Flare, but which wish to enjoy the core Flare protocols and potentially more advanced features that Songbird may offer ahead of Flare. This might generally appeal to lower value applications, whereas Flare might appeal to applications handling greater amounts of value. Songbird Token. Songbird will have its own token, Songbird SGB, which will be distributed once only and in the same ratio to all the same recipients of the FLR distribution. Total starting supply will be 15 billion with initial inflation of 10% per annum through the FTSO and validator rewards systems. This means for every 1 XRP that was held at the time of snapshot, 0.1511 SGB will be allocated. There will be no predefined minting rewards pool. Instead, that supply will remain with the Flare Foundation. If you claimed FLR through self-custody, you will use the same Ethereum style address but with a different chain ID to access Songbird. If you claimed your FLR through an exchange, they will receive SGB on your behalf and you will need to ask them to distribute it to you. Similar to Flare, the SGB token can be used to perform a governance role. Unlike Flare, this would not be over the implementation of changes to Songbird itself. Governance could, however, be useful in adding additional chains, prices, and FAssets that haven't been suggested by Flare governance to the Songbird state connector, FTSO, and FAsset protocols respectively. Songbird will launch first as a pure EVM smart contract network. This will enable testing of the network architecture and for the initiation of testing of third-party DApps. Subsequently, the FTSO, State Connector, and FAsset systems will be enabled. What is FAsset System? FAssets on the Flare network serve as a trustless representation of a digital asset residing on another blockchain. One of the main use cases for the Flare network is to bring the complex logic of smart contracts to cryptocurrencies from non-Turing complete blockchains like XRP, Litecoin, and Dogecoin to start. These assets on Flare will be denoted as FXRP, FLTC, and FDoge respectively. Let's look at how Flare can supercharge a digital asset. For example, Ripple, which has an excellent track record of operating an efficient, highly scalable blockchain-powered payment network that facilitates cost-efficient and rapid transactions between users. However, since XRP Ledger lacks native smart contract support, XRP features limited functionality that is almost exclusively related to payment transactions. Now, the Flare network is expected to change this by supercharging XRP with more use cases. As a result, Ripple can enter the thriving DeFi and NFT industries, potentially becoming one of Ethereum's main competitors. Through the power of the FAsset system, Flare network will allow users of these cryptocurrencies to mint their assets as FAssets on the Flare blockchain. The benefits of creating a FAsset position, including earning FLR from the FAsset rewards pool, delegating the detachable FAsset vote to the Flare time series oracle via signal providers, creating stablecoins from collateralized FAsset positions such as a trust line, and participating in DeFi products like on Flare Finance. In the process of minting a FAsset, the user will have to pay the agents of the FAsset system a variable creation fee in the native token's value for the agent's service of providing and maintaining the collateral ratio of 2.5 times the native asset's value in Spark FLR. Additionally, the minter of FAssets will be able to swap back into the native version of the FAssets at any time for a minuscule redemption fee, such as FXRP to XRP. In the chance of a FAsset position becoming under-collateralized, the FAsset system encourages other agents to re-collateralize a failing agent's position via incentives. If a default were to occur on a FAsset position, the originator of the FAssets would be paid out the value of their position in FLR plus an additional amount to cover trading fees to exchange back into their previous position of, say, XRP. The FAsset system is a truly dynamic and trustless way to bring value from other blockchains onto Flare. Layer Cake is a smart contract, Layer 1 consensus bridging application built using the State Connector protocol. Layer Cake bridges connect two non-Flare Layer 1 blockchains with transactions being secured by Flare Network. They also connect Flare Network with other smart contract Layer 1 blockchains to facilitate value transfer back and forth. Layer Cake bridges utilize short duration collateral lockups to allow value to transfer between Layer 1 blockchains and protect against reorganization attacks on either chain. Layer Cake bridges only facilitate value transfer between an origination chain and one destination chain. This is because each additional destination chain added brings in more complexity and risks to the bridge transactions. For example, Layer Cake bridges would facilitate a transfer of ETH from Ethereum to Solana, but not a transfer of Solana issued ETH to the Terra blockchain. Layer Cake bridges aim to be as secure and non-custodial as possible. The two most common implementations of cross-chain bridges today utilize either multi-signature or light client relay schemes to accommodate value transfer between two blockchains. These bridges do not offer the same fundamental safety guarantees as the Layer 1 blockchains that they facilitate value transfer for. Multi-signature bridges essentially custody user funds between a group of counterparties ranging from single to double digits. This bridge construction opens technical and regulatory attack vectors as they are not decentralized and open to social engineering attacks. Light client relay bridges often require a large code base, which can make them cumbersome and removes the full richness of properties available through Layer 1 blockchain consensus. Layer Cake bridges also can be a solution to the anti-network effect problem, which theorizes that the more users and value a system has, the less useful it becomes due to an increasing risk of hacking. Layer Cake aims to solve this problem by utilizing the State Connector protocol, which relays state between connected chains without deteriorating the safety guarantees of those connected chains. The state connector can validate and propagate state proofs between connected chains while being protected against safety and liveness attacks on the connected chains. What is State Connector? Flare's State Connector is an exciting new technical solution for secure universal interoperability, an issue that has long frustrated the entire blockchain industry. It is a new core Web3 protocol that allows the state of any open system, whether blockchain or non-blockchain, to be proven on Flare and used with smart contracts or relay to another chain in a trustless, decentralized manner. It's faster and safer than any existing solution, such as light client relays with simple payment verification proofs, and it achieves this while maintaining the security of a full node. The State Connector has been designed to integrate with any other blockchain, no matter their Sybil resistance technique, making it possible for developers to build apps that can access the value and liquidity of multiple chains with a single deployment. This also opens the door to a truly trustless universal bridge built on Flare. According to DeFi Llama, 21.8 billion of crypto assets were locked in bridges as of March 2022, and this is expected to grow dramatically as more secure interoperability technology is developed, such as the State Connector. Digesting data through the State Connector system. The Flare network is designed to securely observe and interpret changes to the state of any integrated blockchain determined by governance for FAssets. The first 4 blockchains to be integrated with a State Connector system are the XRP Ledger, Litecoin, Dogecoin, and Stellar. There are a couple of issues in the industry regarding the digesting of state changes to other blockchain networks. Many blockchains either require one to trust third parties or conform to their standards in order to digest the data. However, the Flare network does not require any trust except for the validators of the integrated blockchains. Furthermore, validators on the underlying blockchains do not even need to know about the existence of the Flare network. This allows the Flare network to freely digest all state changes on the integrated blockchains in regards to the existence, validity, and ordering of transactions. What is FTSO? The Flare Time Series Oracle. FTSO is the decentralized on-chain mechanism that provides time series data estimates to the Flare network to ensure accurate pricing. As a native asset, Spark FLR is not used to ensure the safety of the network. It opens up many avenues for FLR to be utilized throughout the ecosystem. FLR comes with 2 detachable features when wrapping it in an ERC smart contract, with one of these serving as a way to provide price data estimates to the FTSO. FLR holders who provide accurate price data estimates to the FTSO will be rewarded with additional FLR through the FTSO inflation mechanism. Aggregating external price data onto blockchains has been penned as the Oracle problem, which Flare aims to solve via the FTSO through incentives and decentralization. Why the need for FTSO? The Flare network is built to be a decentralized blockchain. However, for the smart contracts in the network to function properly, it has to rely on external price data that may be centralized. If the Flare network were to utilize an exchange's price data, then this would render the system centralized itself. Thus, the Flare team built the Flare Time Series Oracle FTSO as a mechanism to decentralize the price data estimates coming onto the chain. Now, who contributes to the FTSO? FAsset and FLR holders alike will be the contributors of price data estimates to the FTSO. FLR holders who delegate their detachable vote to the FTSO are contributing to the decentralization of external price feeds into the Flare network and will be rewarded in FLR for providing accurate price data estimates. FAsset holders will not be rewarded by the FTSO for their contribution, but will be assisting in the integrity of the underlying smart contracts used to create and maintain their FAsset position. To accomplish this, both asset types can delegate their votes through a signal provider. Flare enables a breakthrough in decentralized cross-chain functionality. Existing solutions are unsatisfactory. As an example, the reality of token bridging is that almost all existing systems are heavily centralized. These bridges are essentially a digital adaptation of the historical banking model. Thus, they actually control your tokens while being unregulated. Those that are genuinely decentralized are constrained to use an existing method of communication, the light client relay that forces a choice between being slow or unsafe. Additionally, light client relays do not work with all consensus protocols and suffer from being incompatible with optimized smart contracts that are written outside of a blockchain's virtual machine environment. Such optimized optimized smart contracts are increasingly being used. Flare's ambition is to connect the decentralized economy. By providing cross-chain interoperability with the speed and security of multi-chain, Flare will mobilize value between ecosystems, unleashing the full power of Web3 and a tidal wave of liquidity. Developers will be empowered to build blockchain applications with real utility and bring game-changing disruptive business models on-chain. When Flare launches, it will be a technologically advanced cross-chain interoperability network that answers many of the issues inherent in the space today. It will enable a safer and properly decentralized cross-chain future. Nothing else we are aware of comes anywhere close. Thank you for tuning into our Gem of the Month feature brought to you by Pink Digital. Please share your thoughts in the comment section below. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more content. Thanks for tuning in. Pink Digital News signing out.